Hello and welcome to another episode of Simply Southern. I'm Mary Wilson.
And I'm Kevin Worthington. Later in today's show, Ashling Walding with Sweet Grown Alabama will be by to update us on all the fresh produce and locally made goods available from Alabama farmers this time of year.
Students learn from teachers, but who do teachers learn from? Thanks to the Alabama catfish producers, one group of culinary teachers learned from catfish farmers earlier this school year, and now their heads are swimming with new knowledge.
And I'm Stacy Little. Today in the kitchen, I'm going to show you how to make these humongous, light, fluffy cat head biscuits. Y'all stay tuned.
Students at one school just outside of Birmingham are all abuzz about what they're learning.
Kindergartners at Grantswood Community School in Irondale know more about honeybees than a lot of adults, thanks to their teacher who likes to teach outside the box.
And by outside the box, we mean outside the classroom. Andrea Riley thinks the outdoors is the best place for children to learn where their food comes from.
Okay. All right.
For 17 years, Andrea Riley's been teaching the fundamentals to 5- and 6-year-olds. Early on, she realized nothing is more fundamental than knowing where your food comes from.
I noticed that there was a need for agriculture in the classroom. So in about year 6, I decided to start with incubating chickens. Didn't have them on campus, but I incubated the chickens, and then we kind of just watched them for 6 to 8 weeks, talk about where our food comes from.
As the chickens became more expensive, Ms. Riley looked for something that would help pay for their feed. 3 years ago, she teamed up with the father of 2 Grantswood students to bring in bees to produce honey.
She's teaching the kids like the queen, what the bees are, like they're mainly females. The males really only mate with the queens. Teaches them the whole life cycle of from laying to an egg. We'll go up there in the spring and show them like how to lift it up, how to spot eggs, make sure that you got a healthy queen, show them the different from when it goes from a larva to when they cap it to a baby bee and the whole life cycle.
Let's face it, bees scare most children. But programs like this teach them that these insects are not only not bad, but they're a vital part of the environment.
When I first started, I was scared myself of them, and I was like, okay, if I can stay calm and learn from a beekeeper, I want them to learn at the same time as I do. Just to show the kids that it doesn't matter what age you are, that we're all learning.
Ms. Riley does a great job of talking about the personality of the honeybee and how they really are, they're non-aggressive animals. And so we talk about when we go out there, we're calm, we're not yelling, we're not running. And once they understand how to behave, they're fascinated to see that all these little bees come together and they work to protect the queen. But while they're working, they're also producing some really good stuff for us to eat at the very end.
Most children are at least 3 generations removed from agriculture. But Ms. Riley grew up on a farm, and she's using her experience there to teach children how to think problems through to develop solutions.
This is providing a real-world application for them to solve those real-world problems that somebody may have in the future. We work a lot on understanding, life cycles of animals, understanding the weather and how plants help humans and help animals, and the relationship between those two. So they do a lot of comparisons, but we try to use things in our environment and in our community to help really showcase students how what they're learning in the classroom really will impact what they're able to do once they leave us.
This is just another example that the best way to learn is firsthand experience, especially if that lesson involves honey.
Ms. Riley's hope is to be able to sell honey to the public and use the money from that to reinvest in her Ag in the Classroom project. So far, though, the faculty at Grantswood has bought all the honey for the past 2 years. But as the program grows, the goal is to have enough for parents in the future.
Homework can't get any sweeter than that. Now, students aren't the only ones getting a lesson in agriculture. Up next, teachers step out of the classroom and onto the farm to learn more about raising catfish, along with ways to prepare this healthy protein.
Medical payments coverage. Are you familiar with it? This is offered through auto insurance and can help pay for your medical expenses after a car accident, regardless of who was at fault. It provides reasonable payment for you and your passengers when an accident happens in a covered vehicle. It can cover costs like ambulance services, overnight hospital stays, emergency room visits, and follow-up care. Contact your local Alpha agent to add this coverage to your policy. These Alpha Insights are proudly presented by Alpha Insurance.
A farmer has to live on faith. We do all we can do, but we can only control so much.
Alabama is the second largest poultry growing state in the nation, so we're trying our best to grow all the corn we can for that.
What we produce not only feeds and clothes all of the United States, but about half of what we make goes on to the world market.
We've been able to improve yields, have some things that can help us produce a better crop. I'm proud of the product we make and proud that I can say I'm an Alabama farmer.
Vacations are fun, but they can also be expensive. As you pack your bags, don't leave possible savings behind. Alabama Farmers Federation members receive 20% off stays at choice hotels, which include upscale chains like Cambria and mid-scale options like Clarion and Quality Inn. You'll sleep soundly knowing you save so much. For details, visit alphafarmers.org/perks and click on the Hotels and Travel category. It's just one of the perks of being an Alabama Farmers Federation member.
Support healthy food from local farmers by purchasing a Farming Feeds Alabama license plate. The tag funds education and promotion efforts, including Ag in the Classroom, agricultural scholarships, and youth programs. Get your Ag tag today.
Consider this your call to Alabama's Black Belt, home to some of the best hunting and fishing anywhere in the country. Whether you want to hunt deer, turkey, quail, or are looking to hook that trophy bass, the Alabama Black Belt's world-class outdoor recreation is second to none. If you want to take a break from the woods or the water, choose one of the premier golf courses on the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail. If you're searching for your next outdoor adventure, look no further than Alabama's Black Belt.
Hey, how are you holding up?
I'm thirsty.
Well, there you go. Choose water.
I guess I'll take the water. There's another one. Alabama Extension is cool.
What's Extension?
They're like your go-to experts for everything. Gardening, nutrition, tips for our kids, farming. And hey, weren't you thinking about starting a business?
Yeah.
Extension does that.
Oh, sounds like I need to get connected.
Learn more at aces.edu.